Problems encountered in curriculum, schools, classrooms, and learners. The Philippines education problem. First is no standard policies. A state school may fall short in completing the target given by the government to educate every child. They lack in accountability, proficiency, infrastructure, assessment, and etc. Sometimes the required number of teachers may be less when compared to the number of students per classroom. These schools cover all types of subjects randomly. They teach English, maths, science, history, reading, writing, and physical education. So the solutions to this is before the school starts, set the policies how the academic year going to be like, prepare curriculum, hire teachers and train them, and get financial support from the government. Next is the poor academic performance. If schools are practicing an old and outdated agenda during examinations, the students will surely acquire limited knowledge and rate of passing will be dropped down. This will lead to poor academic performance. Children have a tendency to capture new concepts easily. They imitate things that exact way they see and perceive. So the solutions to this is enforce latest learning and teaching guidelines every year. If required, provide extra classes or faculties to some students. Next is about ignorance about children's bad habits and addictions. Children imitate the things practiced by their elders. Some might adopt bad habits such as smoking, fighting, stealing, or drug addiction. Even in survey, it is found that some students possess gun. My solution to this is to daily check on student behavior. If found misbehave or not adhere to the instructions after warning, let parents know about it. Strict action when required. One-way teaching process. Sometimes the school may not be able to meet the basic necessities of every student on the same level. The school lacks child-friendly and child-centric atmosphere, and at the same time, it is discouraging to the teachers. Include question-answer section, hands-on methods, interactive methods. Teacher can make teaching interesting through innovative methods like storytelling, games, painting, and dancing. Learning disabilities. Few children who are affected by certain learning disabilities are unable to articulate the concepts clearly as taught by teachers in the first place of learning. They require more practice, revision to learn a particular subject. Some students may learn the concept easily than the others. Solution is to provide extra attention to such students as well as the parents whenever required, so that some specialized institutes can assist in the same time. School problems. What are school problems? School problems are issues that a teenager may be experiencing that affects his or her performance in school. Without intervention, the issues can escalate to dropping out of school, lack of self-esteem, engaging in inappropriate or risky activities, and trouble with the law. So example to this is tardiness, skipping class, and truancy. Solutions. The best solutions to tardiness is the use of logical consequences. These are consequences of behavior that make sense because they solve the problem as directly as possible. For those who are always absent, the best solution is to engage in classroom. Plan for activity, interactive, and engaging class sessions to rule out boredom and disinterest as causes of absenteeism. Fighting at school. First, use verbal commands. Second is do not get physically involved. Third, stop the fight before it starts. 4. Call for security. 5. Preventing school fights. 6. Develop strong relationships with your students. Disrespecting the teachers. Change your mindset is the most effective strategy. It's actually a mindset shift. Kids aren't being rude to be rude or disrespectful. Kids and young adults are coping with challenging feelings the very best way they know how to in the moment. And also disrespecting teachers. Intervene at the first sign of trouble. When you are able to address a problem behavior as soon as it starts, you can prevent negative behaviors from escalating. For example, maybe a student starts tapping the chair of the student sitting in front of him with his foot. Rather than ignore this behavior, you can ask the student picking the chair to help you with another task. You want to make sure the task is something they don't mind doing, preferably something that makes them feel important. Address student in private. Kids who are oppositional and defiant love to put on a show. If they feel attacked or embarrassed in front of their peers, they will up the ante and show up. It's helpful to correct their behaviors out of earshot of other students. This might look like you walking by the student's desk and whispering your directive to him or her. Plan ahead. If a child is known to be oppositional and defiant in certain situations, make a plan ahead of time as to how you will handle the situation. It's hard to know how to react to a problem when you are caught off guard. When you have a plan in place, you are less likely to react to the student or take their behaviors personally. Problems to students. Difficulty in following instructions. The solution to this is to help your child follow the directions. It's first, ask for your child's attention. Second is to minimize distractions. Third, speak quietly. Fourth is use wait time. They can even identify the numbers, even 1. The solution to this is teach children to recognize numbers by using drawing in a paper or using fun stories or chants for each number. Practice skywriting the number in air, drawing it in foam or other messy play substances, and by making numbers in craft activities. Learners are hard to master the alphabets. So the solution to this is sing alphabet songs, play letter matching games, open a new alphabet box each week,
Use interdisciplinary learning with each letter to strengthen letter associations. And if you use flashcards to teach the alphabet, use logical ones. And the last is eat foods shaped like letters to help preschoolers learn their alphabet. Having problems concentrating in class if others are noisy and disruptive. When trying to quiet down a noisy classroom, don't address a whole group. Instead, focus on a few individual students who are being the noisiest. Let your students know that every behavior has a consequence. So let the class know that if they keep being loud, you'll take away game time, story hour, or whatever activity they really enjoy. Bullying their classmate. Solutions is to help kids understand bullying. Talk about what bullying is and how to stand up to it safely. Second is to keep the lines of communication open. Check in with kids often. Listen to them, know their friends, ask about school and understand their concern. Third is to encourage kids to do what they love, special activities, interests, and hobbies. And last is model how to treat others with kindness and respect. They tend to laugh if they are scolded. Problems encountered in classrooms. Several factors can affect learning ability, including setting, light, noise, and even color. As what I have experienced, may ara sa mga broken or damaged desks. Solution to this, if it is damaged, it can be repaired or replaced with a new one. However, the school's annual budget is limited. So, ang akon nga idea is ipapanday ko na lang siya sa mga parents nga available. Overcrowded learners. Solutions is to keep everyone busy. The more students you have in your classroom, the easier it is for a few distracted kids to derail your lessons. Second is to use flexible grouping. All classrooms have students at different ability levels who earn at different places. Instructional materials. Using instructional materials, it is from the teacher's pocket to buy and make instructional materials. Damaged classroom facilities, let's go to financial. Insufficient funding for classroom supplies and equipment is the lack of financial resources. Lack of financial resources devoted to education can be evidenced in many ways, including lack of schools and other facilities, insufficient classrooms, insufficient underpaid and or insufficiently trained teachers, lack of management and supervision, lack of and or poor quality textbooks and other learning.